Hey book nerds, so welcome to my channel, Jozay's Bookshelf. So today I'm going to do an original tag, and so hang tight and I'll be right back. Welcome back. So today I'm going to do my first original book tag. It's going to be named Memory Down Book Lane tag. So anyways, I wanted to do this tag because I've never introduced you guys to the books I used to read even before high school or even in high school. So I'm gonna do this tag. So starting, the first question is, and I'm gonna put all the questions down below and I'll tag all the books. If I can find them online, I'll show them, but they're really old. Like there's one that are like Reader's Digest, so they're really old. But since I'm 27, so I find it really old. Probably you guys are not even that old. So anyways, so I'm gonna do the number one. So number one is gonna be first memory of reading. So when I was younger, my first memory of reading was really me and my brother would read together. I think we would read together. I just remember these books, and I mean there's one book, this one is Top and Toby, and it's a first book of letters, my first library, a Reader Digest book. Like when I say my brother, it's because his name is in it. Well, you can hardly see it, but yeah. So so this book here is, it's just learning the alphabet kind of thing. So you have all the letters and it tells a story and you can see like images. So this one was one of them. The second one here is Rumple and Tumble Go to Country, a first book of nature, my first library, a Reader's Digest book. Same thing, I think it's a series or something. And so yeah, it's all the story about the bunnies. It's their adventures. And let's see what year that came out. It doesn't even say the year. Oh, 1980, first edition. But it was reprinted in 1991. That's the year I was born. So it probably came from a family member or my parents. I'm not sure where this came from. I just remember reading it. So now question number two is going to be a book I remember reading in elementary school. So for me, it was this one here. And because I'm French, most of these books are going to be French. Most are English. So this one here, and Bravo Martine. And this one here, the author is Gilbert de la Haye and Marcel Marlier. I even have like my signature in it when I was younger. So yeah, this one is illustrated, and it's just the story of Martine, what she's going through. She broke her arm in this one. Like there's different stories too. So this is the one. So I remember reading this, like I've read it so many times because I'm the one that didn't have many books growing up. So I would usually go to the library. In school, we live in a small town, so we didn't really have a library like in a city. So it was a school library. But this one, I don't even remember where it came from. Might be dollar store, I don't even know. So it's Bravo Martine, this one. So anyways, this is the first second question. Third question is a book that I love in high school. So for me, in high school, I would start a book, maybe like 20 pages, and go back to the library, return, get a new one, until I found the books. They're not fiction or anything. It's this one is, I'll put the picture right here. It's Un enfant plein choses. It's French, but there is a version of a child called It. It's more about the story of a child that was abused all his life until like you see what he went through and where he is now. So there's that one. Aurore, I'm not sure if they actually did a book on that one, but that was a movie we watched in grade 8. And then there's so many books like that, and I don't know why, but I like those books to know, like for me, knowing that people go through such a hard time. At a time I actually wanted to go and work with kids or people that are abused or people that are on drugs and stuff like that. So that would have been one other book that I so many books or interests that I had, but I am a kind of person that starts something, usually abandon it, and go to the next subject. But for me, actually, I'm very surprised that I'm still reading since September, and I'm loving it. So I think I was searching for something, and I finally found it. So anyways, question number 4 is a book series I regret not reading in elementary school. For me, it has to be Harry Potter. They're right there. Here, all the series here. I have another one there, but you can't see it. So everybody was reading Harry Potter. I have a friend that she asked me to read it. I just didn't. I wasn't into reading back then, and those books were like huge, so it made me like freak out. It was all the French versions too, so I know I probably wouldn't have loved it as the English version. But so the Harry Potter series is one of them. So question number 5. Actually, a book series I love to read in elementary school. If I'm looking down below, it's because my questions are all there. And since it's a new tag, I don't really know all the question by heart, even though it's my own tag. So anyways, question number 5, a book series I love to read. I'll put a picture up here. It's Heartland. Me and another girl in school, we actually used to fight over the series because we wanted to make sure like we continue reading it. And the Spiderwick Chronicles, and I'll put another picture over here. So those are the 2 series I really love reading. I actually watched the whole TV show now, so it's all read, and I'll post a link there. It is on Netflix. You can find it, The Heartland. So anyways, that's one of the best book series that I read that I can remember. I'm not one that can remember much. I just know little details, but when it comes to like further, like later in high school, I just don't remember much. I remember a few details if it affected me or something, but that would be it. So now let's go with number 6. A trend I did not follow in elementary school. When I was in elementary school, we call it petite école. I wasn't reading much, except the one I just mentioned. But one trend everybody was reading, I don't know if it was just easier to read or something, was the Garfield comic strip. So I'll put a picture of them there. That and The Illusion. You can you had like a piece of paper and you go like this and you can like see stuff in the background. I'll put another picture here if you remember it, but that was really the trend that I had, that was going on when I was in high school. And sorry, I talk with my hands. When you're French, you kind of do that. I don't know about English people, but we just talk with our hands. So anyways, so the last question is just old books I read that I still own. So I have a few here. I'm just going to talk to you about it. So I don't even remember where this came from. It has like a library stuff on the corner, but it's Titounette. C'est Farce de Sauvage. It's French. So yeah, this one here, it's like, I think it's really old because look at the inside, like comic strips and stuff. I think this one I got it from my dad. Yeah, École Martine. So this one is really old. Like the school doesn't even exist. I think it existed when my dad was in school. Let's see here. I'm just looking to see if there's any like. Yeah, it's really, really old. Like it's an old book, but I remember reading it when we were younger. So that's one of them. So Titounette. And another one here. So we all remember these ones. The Sesame Street, the day Snuffy had the Sniffles. So the gold edges or the silver edges. Yeah, that's the one. That's one. I think this one's from Dollar Store though. You can get them in Dollar Store now. So, so yeah, this is the book. It's a little story. So I'm pretty sure everyone remembers these. If you haven't, it's just because you haven't. They're not in your like country or town. So this one of them that I found. And the last one, I was the same time when I was in high school, I was really a fan of Lurlene Mcdaniel. She is a writer. She's really one of the first that made me start loving nonfiction. So this one here is McDaniel, One Last Wish, A Season So Goodbye. So her son, I don't know if he died of cancer, but he had cancer. And now she writes a lot of books about cancer for anyone that survived cancer. So this one was the other one that I really loved. So I own a few of hers. So I don't remember this story exactly, but I do remember one that was a guy that was a diver, and he started having cancer, and sadly enough, they mostly all die at the end, sadly. But that one for the diver, it's a blue cover. I don't have it. I lent it to my aunt, but that one, the guy decides that he wants to die while diving in the pool. So they're really sad, but if you have family with cancer and you just, I don't know, just want a story about it, read these. So Lurlene Mcdaniel, I will post all of the books that I own from her down below, so you'll have it. So yeah, this is my book tag. So I only have 7 questions because this is about the books that I have. Sorry for the lighting, the sun is going up and down since earlier. So anyways, yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I don't really know many people, so I'll try to tag like maybe 1 or 2 booktubers that I know and see if you guys want to do this tag, and everybody else, feel free to do it. And thank you for watching my tag. So this is the Memory Down Book Lane book tag. And yeah, so subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.